Okay, what we did, starting in the last one, we'll finish this up quickly now. We made 3D lines for our tin definition along the road, and then we're just going to fill the rest in. So what we have here, we're not going to change the layers at the moment, but you have a center line, an edge of pavement, edge of gravel, or edge of shoulder, bottom of ditch, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up a top of ditch here. You can start to see how, by golly, these things start to get, if you're dealing on this scale, it's hard to see them, but I've left click, space bar, C for copy, and I'm going to go I'm going to go back 12 feet over, comma, 0 in the Y, comma, 3 feet up. Okay, now we have, right, and we can actually, we're going to go ahead and try the mirror here, though it's a little bit risky. We've got a right side of the road, so I'm going to grab everything here, and then hold the shift key to turn that off, turn that off, turn those off. Looks like they're all off there. We're zooming in and out. Shift, select, select. And this is one case, sometimes I'm going to let you know the grip, learning how to kind of turn sets of things off. I'm used to using a remove key, so I'm going to go ahead and just see if I can just do that mirror with that. Now, one thing I want to say is you want to be really careful in terms of doing mirrors when you're in 3D, actual 3D, or any other sense. What we really could do is move each of these over the requisite distance to the left, but I'm going to just try the mirror here by left-clicking on one of these. Spacebar, 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 spacebar. C for copy. Now new B for a base point. My base point is going to be the end point of this. And if you notice here, I'm going to turn on the F8. Because this is not 3D mirror, I believe it's going to work and it's going to mirror the stuff over, but in a second we're going to turn it on its side or just list one of these. So we're here, we're going to click that. And it mirrored everything. Let's just list one of these. And obviously not the 0 one. Let me list that one here. LI. LI, list that. That looks about right. It looks about right, and we're curious where everything got screwed up. But there we go. We've got a bunch of 3D lines. And in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and turn off a layer, which was the 0 layer here, by using the freeze. All right. So now what I've got here is a set of lines that I need to move over to the right, 5280. So let me just do it. Move, cross, the more standard way, from click, at 5280, angle 0. I forgot to do a copy. So move, cross, copy. Sorry, doing copy. Cross, click, any point, then at 5280, angle 0. Just for grins now, I'm going to go ahead and copy these, and we're going to turn them around. If we think about it, from here to here isn't going to be actually the same elevation. Well, it should be the same elevation up and down. So we're going to just try to make another set of 3D lines right now just by using our grip snaps. And we'll see how it all turns out when we make a tin. So I'm going to copy these. Cross. Copy, cross. Just move them over here. Rotate, cross. An arbitrary point, 90 degrees. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab that point right there. And I'll just show you, we can move. We're going to grab all of these things. Let me go ahead and just, because we're really delving deep into 3D drafting here, I'm going to go to viewports here. Make 2 viewports. zoom in here, zoom out here, zoom in here, zoom in here. All right. So, zoom E. Here's a great little trick here. I'm going to move across everything from at to at. Why did I move everything from one place to the exact same place? So that later I can do this. I can zoom in a little closer and then say move previous from the end point of that to the end point of that. Copy previous from at, zooming in to the end point of that. Obviously, we've got a lot of overlapping tin lines and all kinds of other things here, but we have the basis of a tin. I'm just going to put that typical line dot xy of here of 1200 dot xy of here. Got my F8 on of 1300. All right, so that was a lot of drafting. V ports, single. Okay, and that's why you learn to why you learn to use points. I've got overlapping things in the corners. My tin's going to wig out, but we'll still go through and make a tin right now from these 3D entities. First, we might want to check it. V point 1, 1, 1. Well, it's kind of hard to say in this world, but sure, it looks about right as we look through these. They look kind of hard to pick out the nuance of them. They look hard to tell that they're in 3D or not. We'll know when we do the tin. V point, I'm sorry, you can just say plan, another great command. You can look down. You used dview last semester, also a great command. So let's see how we make a tin. What do? We're going to get rid of the pat here. We're going to make sure that we go to right click. Got to go down to master view, open drawing, right click. Settings, sorry, I'll get that right sooner or later. Settings, edit drawing settings. The one thing we're going to do is skip that. I'm going to skip that right now because I'm in a hurry. So I'm going to go through right now. Don't do it because you're in a hurry, but I want to get this in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and make a surface by going to the prospector, clicking on surface, right click, create a surface. We're going to call this Bogus October 5. Hit OK. I'm going to then define the surface, right? Definition. Once again, I'm using drawing objects essentially to make break lines, add a set of lines. I'm going to maintain the edges. I'm going to click that off, hit OK, select. And it should have had some errors probably at the corners, but let's see what we got. Do we have a tin? Well, let's check. We can go back here to Bogus, and we can edit the surface style. Go to surface properties, and change that to not existing border, but maybe triangles here. Apply, okay. You see right in here, you've got lots of triangles, I presume. I'm not sure why there's not more triangles, but I think it's because it's a straight grade. So best way to check, I think, a tin is to do a P line from here to here. Click on that, and you're trying to go to actually quick profile. So I'm going to see if we can do section views. See if we can do it here. Quick profile, select an object, focus there. And I'm just going to stick this one out on the edge. Now this one, it makes a little bit more sense. There you go. Looks about right. Except for what we're really curious is that it exists right here. Zooming out, zooming back in. Quick profile, one of the few you're allowed to just dump anywhere. Looks like the road is right. See ya, bye.